Okay, hello. Let's play this moody, wintry game. This winter of ours, because, well, it is moody and wintry outside, I guess. I'm very much into the winter vibes. Apparently the story is something like the main character is like a merchant or something and gets lost in the winter, snowy woods or something like that. Oh, hello. We'll see how it goes. Nothing like well being cozy inside and eating hot pot and then drinking a hot drink in the winter. Winter is nice as long as you don't need to go outside. But yeah, let's play. Let me get on my place first. Oh, let's find here. Maybe like this. Alright. Through the snow marches a stranger, neither man nor a beast. Well, could be a woman, I guess. Down the path, paved with sweet regrets and painful pleasures, she continues to tread. She does not waver from her course, though she does not know why. Even as her body and mind are gnawed by the blistering wind, she does not dare question her soul. Not yet. She bears the weight of splintered thoughts, fragmented memories, and swirling emotions. A bittersweet cocktail of laughter, fear, anger, and warmth. All wrapped with a promise. The road to forever begins here. She marches, and marches, and marches more. Onward as the snow falls and wind blows overhead. The creature knows nothing, thinks nothing, feels nothing. And yet she knows, thinks and feels all the same, all at the same time. The journey's end, day 0. It's very artsy, I like it. Delia, this is the main character, I guess. Astor, come back. My father's horse continues to run up into the forest, ignoring my pleas. Let me get the gamepad, actually. It might be easier to progress with that. I try using the whistle command my father taught me, but Astor is too scared to listen. Astor, please, don't. He dashes behind the wall, snow-covered pines, and disappears. Oh, let me change the audio setup. It's a little wrong, I guess. I might have had a slight echo, but hopefully it's better now. He dashes behind the wall, snow-covered pines, and disappears. Leave me. I look back at the cargo carriage that Astor was pulling moments before, at least where I thought it was. In my panic to catch Astor, I completely lost sight of the carriage. I guess usually it's attached to the horse, I guess. 200 gil for the fruit preserves, 400 for the leather scraps, 300 for the Lycium ore. Oh, it's kinda like... Oh, gil is pretty common. Common like money in fantasy. That's like where it is like the most, like that's like Final Fantasy have it. Hello? Oh no. For an apprentice merchant like myself, this is about the worst thing that could happen. No, wait. I'm lost in the middle of a sprawling forest. I never traveled before, with no horse, barely any supplies. Forget merchants. This is the worst thing that can happen to anyone. I'm lost and cold and I had to find Astor. I don't care if I don't know where he went. He couldn't have gone far. Astor. I like the zombie animation. I try following Astor's hoofprints, or at least what was left of them. Snowfall is starting to pick up, and his prints are already starting to fade. But that doesn't matter, I'll find him no matter what. I look behind every ashen tree trunk and every snow-covered shrub. He's got to be here somewhere. Walking up hills that look even slightly trodden, and scoping the barren wilderness for any signs. Astor. He couldn't possibly have gotten far, but imagine horses are pretty fast. Right. I look behind every ashen tree trunk and every snow-covered shrub. He's got to be here somewhere. I push on, walking up hill after hill, scoping the barren wilderness for any signs of life. Step by step, inch by inch, until I give up. Hope as long as we don't become a ghost or something. My joints feel like they are frozen solid. I can't get up. My face is pressed against the biting snow. I didn't know the cold was this painful. I don't know how long I have been looking for Astor. Long enough for the sun to have set at least. I have no clue where my carriage is. Yeah, like forest plus dark. Makes navigation like impossible. Not a great combo. The wind and snow are in the fervor now. This must be what a blizzard is like. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm scared. I don't. Blisteringly cold tears form around my eyes. It hurts to cry, but I can't help it. Not like this. I don't want to go like this. I don't want to die. Not before I have done anything with myself. I don't want to die in a cold and lonely place like this. No, I want to... Oh, we'll get saved though. No. It doesn't matter what I wanted. I'm dying here. I'm sorry. I let myself down. It wasn't the first time. But at least it will be the last. But not quite. D1 question marks. My eyes open to the sun overhead. I feel its warmth more so than the scraping of the snow against my cheek. And the sun's weight. The sun shouldn't make anything right. Is this what afterlife is like? Afterlife. I jolt upright upon remembering who I am. But my legs don't cooperate, because they are held down by a person. Mwah. Definitely a person sleeping on top of me. And they are kind of warm too. Wait, are they the reason I didn't freeze to death last night? Mr. and or Mrs. Sun, thank you for saving me. Probably not the sun. An emergency is pretty gloomy based on the looks. Wow. Whoops, seems I spooked them. The mystery person stumbles off of my legs and onto the snow below, assuming a battle stance. I apologize for yelling. After a moment of tense staring, the stranger lowers their stance. Sorry, force of habit. Good to see you're awake. Yes. Thank you once again. For what? The stranger seemed to ask less out of confusion and more so out of indignation. Indignance. Saving me. I was becoming quite the corpse there, buried under all the snow. Quite corpse is a little assumptive. Would I even make an impressive corpse? I don't know like how impressive corpses can be exactly. Did I say that out loud? Yes. I turned to hide my returned face. Well, I'll be going now. Safe travels. Wait. My travels will most definitely not be safe. Oh. I almost died last night. I couldn't survive another night out here all by myself. Do you know how to make a fire? Like it's like in the winter, it's like more than just like know how to make a fire. Sounds pretty tough. Not in the snow, no. Do you have any supplies? I guess they are somewhere in the woods. I had supplies. In my carriage. Before I got lost. But I have my clothes. I see. Not that the clothes are the most warmest kind either, like that kind of hat. It isn't super warm. Excuse me for asking, but where are you heading off to? If it's not too much trouble, I would like to come along. I live in these parts. Oh, sorry, I had assumed. But you have somewhere you need to be, right? Actually, like this reminds me a little bit of Lonely Wolf Treat. Like the gloomy girl. Reminds me of Treat, the character. Yes I do. The next town past Ubeldon to the east. But I have no idea where east even is, let alone Ubeldon. The sun rises in the east. You can start by walking in that direction. The sun rises there, but if it's too long of a walk, you will, like the direction of the sun will change. She points towards the sun. Alright, silly me. I know where to go now, and yet I can't bring myself to start moving. The girl gives me a concerned look. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, I just... I'm just worried about dying. Is this the time for philosophy? Oh, I think that it's a little bit more concrete than like philosophy. No, I mean immediately dying. In this vast forest filled with, I don't know why. I don't know. I've never been on a horse carriage through the snow, but father thought it would be a good experience, and look where it got me. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a great idea exactly, especially in that weather. So let me enjoy the hot drink. Alone and about to die. You look very much alive to me. That's only because you saved me. Huh. I did not. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Sleeping on top of someone in the middle of a blizzard doesn't count as saving. Well, it doesn't sound like effective in reality, but that aside. It's a survival tactic. I was just using your warmth. I'm not sold on this in reality, but let's not think about that. Don't try that at home. Yes. Well, call it what you like, but I would have died if it weren't for you. And think about it. If we have to spend another night out in the snow, we can use our warmth again. Well, that's smooth talk, I guess. So, what do you say we travel together? I said I wasn't traveling. Alright. But I don't mind tagging along with you. Until I make it to safety. Really? I mean, are you sure it won't be much of a bother? A little late to be asking that after you practically begged me to come. But no, it's no bother at all. Thank you so much. I just realized I never asked for your name. How rude of me. It's fine. My name is Delia. I'm an apprentice merchant from the town of Late Brook. And with whom do I have the pleasure of acquainting with today? She looks at me unfazed by my merchant speak. What's your name? I don't have one. I blink. You don't have a name. Everyone has a name. How do you get through life without a name? The nameless girl simply shrugs off my question. Never needed one. Now that I think about it, she's quite peculiar. Well, she is a little pale, and the eyes are a little like demonic. I have a lot of questions, but something tells me she isn't in an answering mood. Like the wolf vibes are pretty high, I guess, too. Oh, I have an idea. This was supposed to be where she asks, what's your idea? Maybe I could name you. That. Call me whatever you like. Like the obvious one would be treat, I guess. Okay, wonderful. I'm not sure like what I would call her exactly. It's a little bit of a tricky situation to do this all of a sudden. I guess it could be just snow, but that might be confusing. Let's see, we are around snow. She could be like Snow White, I guess, like she's pale too. Snow backwards is once. No, that doesn't work. It's worse than my attempt. Maybe if I... Wait, where did she go? Hey, get back here. She ignores my pleas and continues walking, forcing me to run to catch up to her. Wait up, Lux. Oh, that's light, I guess. I guess it works. She stops in her tracks. Lux. Lux. Right, Lux. How's that for a name? Don't call me that. But you said I could call you whatever I... Not that. Not Lux. How about Nux? Well, that would be fitting for sure. Nux is night, I guess. No. Periwinkle. Also no. Tiffany. Please no. Lux it is then. Lux makes her discontent known with a glare. But she doesn't protest the name any further. Come on, we'll march east until we are out of daylight. Yes, ma'am. So we march sidewards and march some more. Trudging through the thick snow, Lux leads and I follow close behind. As close as I can be. It's hard for me to walk through all the snow. Lux marches on like it isn't even there. Lux stops and waits for me to catch up, but she doesn't offer to take breaks. I'm the one begging for those. Another break already. Yes, please. Fine, but make it quick. Sorry, but I don't plan on it. Beyond grumbling about my breaks, Lux never has much to say. Not that I was in any shape to break the silence. The most I could offer to any conversation was an out-of-breath plea for rest. After what feels like hours of trekking through the snow, my eyes find a familiar sight in the distance. My carriage. I take off ahead of Lux with newfound energy in my step. While I can't use it to transport, I don't think Lux or I would like pulling it along. Lots of my supplies should be there. Don't get your hopes up. Soon enough, I see what Lux was talking about. Even the interior is coated with snow, and the wind was strong enough to carve faint marks along the wood. Most everything was destroyed or blown away in last night's blizzard, and what's left was partially pillaged by what looks to be a local wildlife. Or this also like you could use like bags or something, like, well, something along those lines. Like it sounds like a hazard to pull a big carriage like of stuff and not fasten them somehow. Wildlife though, I guess crows or something could eat it if it's food. At least there are some fruit preserves left that I can take. There really isn't much left of my cargo. Oh, but at least this is still intact. Spotting the corner of leather book cover, I rummage through the carriage ruins to find my personal tome. Your what? My tome, see. I point at the cover. I can't read. Oh. With just a big book with notes I have compiled over the years on my various magic studies. I'm not sure why I brought it along, but I guess you could say it's my good luck charm. I'm not too lucky though. Magic. I didn't take you for the mage type. I'm not, haha. Just a girl with a dream, I guess. But that dream was big enough to fill up that entire book with magic. Well, not the entire book, no, but a little over halfway. I have been copying down my favorite facts and spells from any wizardry textbooks my father could get his hands on ever since I was a little girl. Anything from common spells to advanced seals and even modern theory are inside this baby, all translated into common language for almost anyone to read. I don't know, like fire magic or something would have definitely come handy to keep you warm. I guess it's just like theory and nothing like she can actually do. So I hope that someday you'd be right, that I'd be able to fill out the whole tome with magic studies that can be passed down to others. Or maybe she's just like, because she's a merchant, like she wants to sell the magic and not use it. Lux has been staring at me the entire time, wordlessly. Is he interested? Or no, I must have been boring her. Look at me rambling on about an old dream. Forgive me for wasting your time. You should waste more people's time. Huh. I mean, it sounds interesting, that's all. Sorry, I'm just not used to having a captive audience when it comes to these sorts of topics. Why not? Let me drink. It is like decently moody. Also like the snowing effect, it's pretty. But so far I have no idea like where this is exactly going. Maybe it's just the crowd I associate with back home. Or more like the crowd I must associate with. But magic's cool. Right. The keys to the universe's greatest mysteries, all within our understanding. Or even thinking in a much smaller scope, the ever-expanding potential of even the smallest of creatures, let alone sentients like you and I. There's just so much to the world of magic that or maybe it's like more like vibes kind of magic, like the magic of the world. and not like magic you can just use to do stuff. I wish I could tap into. I let out a defeated sigh. I appreciate Lux's interest, but there's no point in dwelling on dead dreams. It only leads to more heartache than it's worth. Lux gives me an expectant look, waiting for me to finish my thought. Sorry. Forget I said anything. Shall we get going? Yeah. Lux walks up, head through the snow, but I don't follow suit. I stand still by the carriage, staring at the cover of the tome. Lux notices I'm not behind her and turns. I expect her to call to me, but instead she silently waits. For someone who has nothing to gain from helping, she's been awfully patient with me. But here I am, still captured by the tone. I feel a little insensitive. It would be a lot of weight to lug around. Dead weight. But I tie the book's leather straps around my body anyways, keeping it in place. I quickly regret being so eager to continue marching once I become out of breath again. As my luck would have it, we still have a couple hours of sunlight left, so Lux insists we keep marching. Lux wait for... Before I can finish my plea, I'm face flat on the snow. I must have tripped on myself. Lux comes back to me. She doesn't say a word, but she holds out her hand to me. Oh, thank you. As I pull myself up, I can feel Lux's grip on me tighten ever so slightly. Let's keep walking like this. Oh, holding hands. Sure. You won't trip as often that way. Alright, make a good point. It's a little embarrassing having to be led around by the hand, but I suppose it's better than falling on my face again. Lead the way then. Lux nods, and we march onward, hand in hand. Lux slows her pace to match my tired marching, but she doesn't seem to mind as much now. Admittedly, the embarrassment I once felt soon turns to a sense of comfort, knowing that I can rely on Lux, even if it's for something as simple as a walk through the snow. Still, she doesn't offer much in the way of breaks or conversation, so we spent the remaining hours of daylight marching in silence, hand in hand. I drop down onto the snow. My legs are reduced to nothing, yet Lux asked me to walk until moments before sundown. It's finally salvation. She said we should set up camp for the night. Here, I have some tarp and sticks we can use to make a tent. The wind seems calm tonight, so we shouldn't have a problem setting it up. You have set up a tent before, right? I have. I'm from the countryside. I'm prepared to learn. That's the spirit. Lux teaches me how to prop up the top using a few sticks, and soon enough we have ourselves a little tent. It will be a bit of snug fit, don't you think? Well, yeah, I don't tend to have guests. But you're always welcome to sleep outside. Nope, inside it is. I'll be going hunting now. If you can start a fire, do that. I don't know how to do that. Right. Just sit tight then, I'll be back. Luck suspends her newly caught prey above the flame while a munch on the few preserves the salvage from the carriage. Something about seeing a dead animal just feels gross. And sure, I'll run out of my food soon, but it can't be more than a couple days till we get to town, right? So, is this what every day is like out here? Minus the blizzard. I don't know how you manage. Lux raises her eyebrows. Walking through a foot of snow every day is quite strenuous, no. It's life. I see. Lux really isn't a girl of many words, is she? Even now, she's turned her focus back to roasting what I think is a snow hare. Do you know any fire spells? Huh. Fire, burn, no any. Oh yes, I understand what you're asking, but... Alright, Tom, I shared with her earlier. Looking back now, it's a little embarrassing how eager I was to blab about the dream with her. But now that she knows, the least I could do is dignify her with an answer. Especially since it seems like the only topic that interests her. I do know a number of fire-related spells, yes, but I hadn't the time to actually practice any of them. Or any spells, really. How come? Well, because I'm a merchant, not a mage. Merchant in training at least. If I dedicated myself to a few years of mage training, maybe I could cast Agile onto some firewood. That would be enough to light a fire. Then again, I feel like with the amount of training I have done in my free time when I was younger, most people would have been able to cast even a basic spell like Geo by now. But I haven't any such luck. Geo. Ah yes. It's more of a party trick than anything, but it's a light, electric spell that allows the caster to emit sparks from their hands. Mostly harmless, which is why it's a common beginner spell. Makes sense, I guess. I haven't thought about it too much, but like this was kinda justified, like the weak spells in RPGs and stuff. It would be kinda funny if you could try to cast like the more difficult spells, but they would backfire. You could try them, but then you would resort to the easier spells. That. Lux extends out her hand from beneath her layers and closes her eyes. After a few seconds, I see above her hand sparks. This is Joe, right? Wow. I mean, yes it is. I didn't know you practiced magic, Lux. Still not big on the name, but thanks. I have so many questions. Who were your teachers? Did you even have any teachers? How was learning magic out in the wilderness like? Not that. I learned stuff from places. Very vague, I guess. Not the answer I was expecting, but I'll take it over silence. Do you use magic often out here? I only know a few spells, but they all serve their different purposes. For example, this geo isn't just a harmless spell. Lux motions behind me. As I turn around, I notice a couple of snow hares in the distance, peeping out from under the snow. Entranced by the sparks glowing from Lux's hand. Some animals are curious, hopeful for hunting them. Yes. Hunting bothers you? No, not at all. Liar. It's that obvious? Or maybe a little. I let out a weak laugh. Lux responds only by turning to face the distant hares. It's not pretty, I'll give you that. But I wouldn't rely on foraging this time of year. Yep, you will get like nothing like. I don't know, you'll have to eat like frozen pine cones. Still, if you don't like hunting, then you don't like killing. So that puts me at ease. I'm not sure I follow. Does that mean she likes killing? So should I not be at ease? Your call. That does not inspire much confidence. Not that Lux seems like the killing type, despite her macabre conversations. So, ready to go to bed with a killer. Wait, no I'm not. On so many levels, I am not ready. Okay then. I'll be in the tent. You're free to join me when you're ready. Yes, thank you. Was she joking? Well, I guess probably, hopefully. I didn't think she could do that. It's probably safe, probably. After a couple deep breaths. Come on, Delia, you can do this. Just a night with a kind, morbid stranger. And a couple more deep breaths. I built up the courage to enter the tent with Lux already inside. It's dark and snug as I thought. I find some space. Lux left by the entrance and lied out. Her back is facing towards me, so I can't see her expression. Lux. No response. I guess he is already asleep. Good night. I'm not sure what I expected. I tried to curl up for warmth, but it's still so cold. And why won't the entrance flap stay shut? Jeez. An idea comes to me. Then a pang of guilt follows shortly after. Lux. Still nothing. I hope she doesn't mind. I turn around and scoot towards Lux's back. Warm, she's so warm. Oh, I could sleep like this for weeks. I cuddle up even closer to her. I can feel her back rise and fall with each breath. Her breath. Slow, peaceful, yet minute. I don't think I have heard someone's breath like this before. In fact, I haven't been this close to anyone in, though, as long as I can remember. I thought it would have been a lot scarier sleeping with Lux, but actually, it's kind of exciting. Now what am I thinking? I need to calm down and get to sleep. Good night, Lux. Again. I burrow my face deeper into her back before falling asleep. It's been 3 days since I met Lux. The days have continued to be filled with silent marches through the snow, and nights with surprisingly cozy slumbers. Like every morning, I see Lux is already wide awake before I am. He's outside the tent, scoping the route for the day. Eventually, Lux turns back to the tent and notices me in my half-asleep state. Morning. Good morning. I narrowly thought our little adventure would only take a couple of days. But now, we have to go. He's coming. Day 3, another beginning. Who is he? Let me save, I guess. Just in case. Does the F2 thing work here? I'm pretty sure we aren't even halfway, but I want to split it at halfway. Oh, that. Nope, we aren't too far yet. Okay, let's continue. As I leave the tent, I notice more clouds than usual swirling on the horizon. Before I can steer along, Lux catches my attention with a wave. I help Lux hurriedly pack her tent supplies into her bag and grab what little preserves I have left for myself. This will barely last me for another meal. You can eat those when we have more distance from him. For now, let's get a better look at how much time we have. Alright. Lux takes my hand again. Together we climb up a hill with a clearing above the trees. Feels pretty ominous, like what is following us. I can tell she's worried by how fast she's climbing, but never so fast to the point of pulling on me. Even now, she's still staying by my side. Once we reach the top, Lux comes to an abrupt stop and looks out at the horizon. There, do you see that? The morning sun has been engulfed by a sea of clouds as tall as a great mountain, and reaching down to the snowy trees below with its wispy tendrils. The colossal wall of clouds barely moves, but slowly. It inches towards us, its tendrils gradually wrapping around the trees ahead of it, as it dragging itself across the forest floor. Is that what we have been running from? Yes. The Lord, as he is known. He hunts anyone who trespasses on his domain, like us. His domain. Lux stretches out her arms and slowly turns towards me. This forest, all of it, as far as your eyes can see, and even farther, they are all his. We aren't supposed to be here. But you live here. And travelers cross through these parts on occasion, right? By horseback, he is not too difficult to avoid. But on foot, we'll have to spend most of our daylight hours avoiding him if we want to live. Especially with the snow winter brings. I see. A familiar sense of dread settles within me. The sense that I'm out of my element, precariously balancing on death's doorstep. One false move, and I tumble down into the clutches of the Lord, or the freezing cold, or... Lux has been watching me very. She doesn't say a word. She only grabs my hand. For a moment, she doesn't move. She merely continues to hold my hand. We lock eyes. I can't read her solemn expression, and yet I feel at ease. She's probably just trying to calm us down. I'm not sure what to say. Ready. Just as quickly as the moment came, it passed. I shake myself back into reality and nod. Lead the way. Hands still locked together. We march down the hill and begin our escape from him. A few more hours pass, marching in mostly silence. I'm beginning to get used to marching in the snow, so Lux and I gradually pick up the pace. Part of me wants to sprint ahead, away from him. But another part of me realizes I'll lose more time by tripping over myself in the snow if I do that. So we continue marching on. As always, Lux isn't much of a conversationalist. Though I have learned to bring up one topic if I ever wish to pique Lux's interest. Say, you remember the trick you showed me other day with Geo and the hairs? Yep, what about it? Lux only ever looks back when we are talking about magic, even if only briefly. Though I was just reminded of it while looking at some icicles melting off the tree branches, and how they sometimes refract light similar to Geo's sparks. Geo isn't a naturally occurring spell. It was completely sentient made. That is, someone crafted the spell by hand and documented it ages ago. If memory serves me, it's one of the oldest sentient made spells actually. Oh. Which means they had to have observed a similar phenomenon occur in the natural world before committing it to a spell. Like maybe it's like half, like it's half like magic is half like something you use and half something that is like part of the world. So you're wondering where the Geo guy got the idea for the spell. Exactly. Spells are impossible to create purely from one's thoughts, after all. Those thoughts come from somewhere in our reality and make their way into every spell that's ever been crafted. I even wonder if your version of the Geo spell was influenced by the sights and sounds you have experienced living in the forest. Maybe so. I used to climb up trees and play with icicles when I was younger, tearing them up and smashing them against the trees. Hahaha, that sounds funny. It's a lot more fun when you're bored out of your mind. Sometimes the icicles mess in the mist that shines, sparkles, glimmers. Yes, it does that when the sun is just right. I think that's what Geo reminds me most of. Wait, so you have been living in these parts for quite a while, haven't you? I don't think she liked that question. Feel free to not dignify that with an answer. It's alright. And silence falls yet again. Just when Lux was starting to warm up to me, I had to open my stupid mouth. Hey. Yes? I was thinking. Yes, I didn't kill the mood. Once we get far enough, set up camp for the night. Could you show me more of your spells from your tomb? I let out a giggle, mostly at Lux's sudden earnestness. Of course, I'll read them out to you again. Did any from last night's reading pique your interest? The funny one. Come again. The one with the snail dreams. Sounds very like Hollow Knight kind of magic. Hahaha, right. Escarodine. For such a powerful spell, it's surprising that one of its side effects is inflicting the receiver's snail visions only when they sleep. I'd heard of dream magic before, but never anything so specific. Sounds not like super useful exactly. Or I could have sworn I heard Lux let out a chuckle just now, but she digs her face further into her scarf to muffle herself. Sorry, it's stupid. Don't worry, spells with strange effects are some of my favorites. I dedicated a whole chapter to them in my notes. Can we read more tonight? Of course. Silence eventually settles back upon us, but somehow the lack of words feels less like a wedge between us and more like a blanket covering the two of us. Marching together as one, we continue onward. Her grip around my hand tightens, and she keeps looking behind us with an intense glare. Lux, what's wrong? You said we have gotten far enough from him, right? Shh. Lux leans in close to me, refusing to stop marching for even a moment. Someone else is following us. Who? Lux scolds me for raising my voice with another shush before continuing with a whisper. I don't know, but we can't camp here. If they don't leave us, our only choice will be running or fighting. I never had to do either before. Ha ha ha. Maybe I'll do neither and die already. Ha ha ha. What are you doing? Snap out of it. Just then we hear a low growl in the distance. Lux snaps her head around and locks eyes with. Too late. 3 beasts emerge from the shadows, each stunning a menacing pair of canines and a bloodthirsty stare. It's a random encounter, I guess. Let me hydrate. I like the wolves, like they have like funny eyes. Dagger fulvus. This is bad, right? We won't be able to outrun them. What? Quiet. The beasts lower their stance and respond to my shriek with louder growls. Louder sudden movement will provoke them. And what do we do? We'll hunt them, I guess. It will be Lux's dinner, I guess, for today. We are going to die here. This isn't happening to me. This isn't happening to me. Oh, that's a lot of it isn't. I'm sorry for being a selfish, stupid girl. In a time like this, all I can think about is what could have been. Another night by the campfire. With you. You're cradling my hand in yours as we sit there in silence, even if only for just a moment. The warmth of the crackling fire enveloping us in an unspoken serenity. Don't. I'm sorry for thinking of something so selfish at a time like this. I'm sorry for dragging you down. Don't let go. Ha. Look at my hand. Max's hand is on fire. When did that? Answer quickly, is this magic? Well, most likely yes. The fire isn't burning her at all. In fact, it appears the fire is emitting from her glove. Yes, it is. Aguila, I believe. More powerful fire spell than Agi. I didn't know you. I don't know any fire magic. Huh. Then how did... It started when you were freaking out and wouldn't let go of me. Which is a fire of passion. Whatever you did, it's saving our lives. The beast's gazes fixed into the fire in Lux's hand begin to slowly back away. I don't know if the spell will continue if you let go of my hand. Right, I won't let go. Good. Let's see if this is enough to scare them away. Right. Lux waves her flaming hand in front of the beasts, throwing an arc of fire across the air. I'm just imagining like she's doing like the Skyrim kind of like fire like magic. I like the flamethrower kind with one hand. Yeah. With lowered ears and faint whimpers, the three beasts back away quicker now. With a couple more fiery swings, two of the beasts run away with their tails between their legs. But the last one has a feral, hungry look in their eyes. Drool drips down from their open jaws as they lower their stance, seemingly ready to bet all odds on this kill. This doesn't look good. No, it doesn't. Get back. Lux tears free from my grasp before I find myself tossed first on the snow. The beast lunges toward Lux and she, with a single swipe through the air, cuts open the beast's belly. With dinner, I guess. The beast lands with an uncountable splat, no longer moving. I hear something much lighter land softly on the ground nearby. Lux's glove. I notice her cradling her hand, now missing her glove. No, not a hand. A claw. It's magic. One of the other spells that I use. Really? Do you know its name? Could you show me more? Not right now, no. Like maybe she's like a werewolf or something. Come on, let's set up camp here. The dead body of the leader will scare off any other dagger wolves that want to mess with us. Right. Another one of your survival tactics, right? Yep. Not pretty, but better than spending the night running, don't you think? Fair point. I'll get more drinks. Okay. They actually have a thermos. It's interesting that it keeps the clock so warm. It doesn't even have a little. I just have it there and it works well enough for stream. Anyway. Roblox set up our campfire and tent near the beast's body. The body has an unpleasant odor, but Lux doesn't seem to mind. She's already made it clear that she's used to the presence of death, but I still haven't acclimated myself to it just yet. I'd imagine that like when it's really cold, like things don't stink that easily. No idea though. I don't have like that much experience. Like usually there is like nothing that would be stinky outside in the winter. Maybe like something they feed the animals like that. would be it, I guess. While I can barely look at the body, Lux has already torn some pieces of flesh off the carcass and is currently roasting it over a fire. Okay, she is actually eating it. You going to eat? Oh no, I still have some. I pat on my coat and realize the last of my food is no more. Hey, so you know how snow hares eat bark? Oh, that is actually a thing. Like a long time back. Like in Finland, when there was famine. Like people would like, well, not eat the bark, but the like layer under the bark. Like bake it as part of bread or something like that. That is a thing. It's probably like super low in nutrients, but well, it's better than nothing, I guess. I think I can. No. Right. You're not very good at this whole living thing. I'm sure like I wouldn't be good either when it came to like surviving in the forest in the winter. It's probably super tough. Like maybe you could make like an igloo or something, but I don't know if it helps enough. If you have like really warm clothes and a sleeping bag and everything, like maybe it's enough. Doesn't sound comfy, so no thanks. Lux's out-of-pocket observation causes me to chuckle. You may be right. At least you're here to chaperone me. Slay any beasts that come to my way and whatnot. Give yourself some credit. The fight would have been a lot tougher if it wasn't for your fire magic. My fire magic? But I still can't practice any magic. But you knew about the spell when I didn't. Somehow, with your knowledge and my magic ability, together we are able to cast Algae Law. I had heard of dual casters before, but I never thought. Wait, I can practice magic with you together. We can. Wow. Do you think we can like fly? Probably not. Right. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but still. I can't believe I can practice magic. And it's all thanks to you. Again, I didn't do everything. So, thanks for being smart. I'm not used to taking compliments. No problem. I bashfully look down at my feet when I notice, oh, has that cut on my hand always been there? Must have been the spell. Sorry. Right, the claw spell. Yes, the claw spell. Maybe you could show me it now. If it's no bother. You're bleeding. Should take care of that first. Alright. What if we use the healing spell like Dia? Now that we can practice magic together, I can envision the spell for you and you can cast it onto me. Just like don't imagine the wrong thing. Like, don't imagine like she will put you into like ropes or something like that. Just tell me what to do. Great. I ask Lux to hold onto her hand, hold out her hand onto mine, and with my other uncut hand I grab onto hers. I imagine casting all the texts I poured overnight tonight into the arts of healing flashing through my mind, and a faint verdant glow appears around Lux's hand. It's working. The cut doesn't seem to be getting any better. It still stings as much as it did before the spell started. Feel anything different? Not really, no. It's fine though, it doesn't hurt that much. I guess I was getting a bit ahead of myself. Want to try Allequerque again? Yeah, we should see if we can replicate it. Holding hands again. Try imagining fire once again. This time more clearly. Trying to summon a jiggy. Just like with the beast, fire rises out of Lux's hand once again. I stop concentrating on the spell, and the fire on Lux's hand quickly goes out. Agi seems to be just as responsive as Agila before. I'm not sure on the specifics, but it looks like we won't be able to use healing magic on each other by sharing spells this way. But we can shoot fire. At least, yes. But I'm sure there are other spells we can use if we put our minds to it. That's not the very important art of healing, I suppose. Just don't get hit, I guess, then it's fine. Don't need to use healing, huh? Nah. Let's save again. I noticed that they have like customized this too, like usually there are. There's like way bigger grid. But I guess like it's kinda overkill for actual players. Like usually the save slots they are handy for developers. But I don't think you need a ton of them unless there are a lot of choices. Let me see. Maybe we'll split this to 3 parts, like 800, 800, 800 bubbles. That would be nice, I guess. I want to play this more chill and not make like a super long session. I like the vibes. Okay. A little longer, I guess. You should at least wrap up the cut with something. Use some pressure to stop the bleeding. Oh, you're right. Yeah, let me help. Lux fidgets with the end of her sleeve a bit until she finds a good grip on it, then tears off a piece of cloth. She then snugly wraps the cloth around my hand a few times, before tucking the loose end of cloth under a flap. They're all done. Well, you're good at this. Yeah, another survival tactic, you could call it. Once you'll have to pick up on pretty quickly if you can't use healing magic. As a thank you, my stomach crumbles at Lux's mention of survival. Right, you still haven't eaten. And is there food making spells in the Ultima series? There is food making spell. I don't remember what the words for it were though. I never really used it, it's kinda bad. Yeah, I guess that's still pretty important. You want some? Lux holds out a piece of cooked meat to me. Meat from the same carcass lying next to us. I guess I don't have much of a choice. There you go. I grabbed a piece of meat from Lux and inspected it for a moment. Although it's burned in a few places, the meat looks surprisingly edible in its current state. Still, knowing that this meat came from a beast that I saw alive moments earlier, it makes me uncomfortable. But at the same time, grah, this is what you get, whole beast. I jump down on my would-be killer's roasted flesh and it tastes edible. Well, either I finish this meat or I starve, so I continue eating. I like the effect too, the whole full screen face. Lux softly claps in applause of my brave achievement. And a girl. There we go. That feels better, doesn't it? Geez, you really should be more careful. Then again, that's what makes you so cute. Huh. You don't like it when I call you cute. Well, then I'll call you cute again. Cute as a button, you are. Or is that saying anyway, how does it make sense? Why not cute as a puppy or a kitty? Why a button? Well, English is weird though. Now come here. She pulls me in close, wrapping her arms around me. I can feel her heartbeat against my cheek. We can't stay like this forever. So let's make this moment last. This moment. Huh? Well, maybe this is actually a good place to call it a day. I think we are pretty close and it is yep, change. Yeah, probably good. A little bit of a cliffhanger, I guess. I like it the... But it's not even that the beginning was slow, it was pretty nice. The pacing is good. And he's pretty moody too. I like it. The vibes. Really nice stuff, but can't play too much in one session. I need to do a developer stream tomorrow too. To save some of the energy for that. I'll be working on the Yuri jam game, make some missing events and maybe graphics and stuff. That kind of things. It's nice though. Oh, not like this. Wow. Alright, well, continue this next Friday, I guess. That's the plan. Tomorrow, a development stream, I guess. hope. Thank you for watching. It was a lot of fun. See you. Bye bye.